All right, folks, this is Tom Rucci. I'm going to be your live stream host for tonight's swim meet. And tonight we will see the Rosemount Irish versus the Farmington Tigers. Should be exciting swimming tonight. Hopefully you can all hear me okay. Had to do some last-minute microphone changes. I'm hoping this is working. Let's get a look at the pool. They're starting to get the pool ready here. A few last-minute things for the next, I suppose, 10 or 11 minutes before we start our activities here. We will start at 6 o'clock. I believe tonight we're going to have at least one of the swimmers singing the national anthem. Swimmers are now entering the deck. We're going to give folks just a couple of minutes here to try and get in. So don't forget, you can leave a shout out for your favorite swimmer. We'll try and get it on the broadcast. In order to leave a comment on the broadcast, you do have to become a subscriber, I believe. But that only takes a moment of clicking, so go ahead and do so. Also, if you like what you're seeing for the broadcast here, go ahead and hit the like button. We'll have 10 events of swimming tonight. And in the middle, we'll have our diving competition. And I believe we're going to have a diving announcer. I'm not exactly sure. It might be me. We'll see what happens here. So, folks, hold tight. Tell your friends and family that we are live and we are out here, and we have a total of 9 viewers right now. Typically, we like to see a little bit more than that, so hopefully we'll see some more folks watching from home or anywhere that is. Once again, this is Tom Rucci. I'm going to be your live stream host for the evening. And thank you for that first like, by the way. Don't forget, you can go ahead and send out a comment or a shout out for your favorite swimmer, your favorite team, or even just to let us know where you're watching from. All right, folks, so tonight our first event is going to be the 200-yard medley relay, and we'll start with the junior varsity, and then it'll be a one-heat event, and we'll follow that up with the 200-yard medley relay for the varsity, and also that will be a one-heat event. So tonight, our first event is going to be also, when we get to our break here between the diving and the swimming, we will have a spotlight, a senior spotlight that we've been doing for all of our senior swimmers. As you can see here on the wall at the top of your screen, all of the posters. This is all of our swimmers that... Here, let me see it here. Give me 1 sec. I'll get this so you can see the whole thing. Each one of those posters is one of our seniors who'll be graduating this year, and of course, unfortunately, be leaving our swim and dive team, but going on to great things. And so each week what we try to do is we try to spotlight 5 of them and tell you a little bit about who they are, their likes and dislikes, favorite memories, and what their future plans hold for them. So we'll do that about halftime, which for us is right between the diving and the swimming. So we'll start with 4 events of swimming. We'll break for some diving. Then we'll come back from that, and we will finish up the rest of the swimming. Once again, this is Tom Rucci. I'm your live stream host. I'll be with you for the whole night. And we're just going to wait for a few things to get set, and we'll get started here with the national anthem. And you are watching Rosemount versus Farmington. Here we go. I hear the music for the entrance of your Rosemount Irish Girls Swim and Dive team.
Good evening, Sunday. Welcome to Rosemount. Look forward to tonight's between the Farmington Tigers and the Rosemount Tigers. This team is being conducted in the goals of the Minnesota State League and your participants, coaches, and fans to observe good sportsmanship throughout the game. Our officials this evening are Stephanie Sutherland.
All right, folks, our coaches for this evening for Rosemount, we have Jake Kemna for the head coach, Emily Gabriel, the assistant coach, Garrett Running, assistant coach, and Amy Carlson for diving. For the Farmington Tigers, our coaches are Tony Perest, Jordan Lynch, and John Tegg is the dive coach. Got a couple more shout-outs here. Looking forward to your broadcast. Best of all the swimming streams. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Keep watching. And remember, tell some friends. Good luck, Ella.
Wow, from Wisconsin, we've got our first viewer telling us where they're from. Good luck out there to Ella. Keep those shout-outs coming. Got another shout-out from Linda. Swim strong, Alyssa. Long. All right, we got a few rules about the swim meet going on right now. We're going to get all set here for our swim meet to start right after our national anthem. What a great job by our very own swimmer, Katie Rucci, and our proud father. All right, folks, up next will be event number 1. This is the 200-yard medley relay, and this will be the junior varsity. Got another shout-out here. Good luck, Stacy, from Alex. Folks, don't forget to tell us where you're watching from. Make sure you tell other folks that we are broadcasting, and please go ahead and hit the like button. Another shout out here. Go Irish. Good luck, Madison. Kind of a shot here of everybody getting ready here to get on the blocks. Got a shout out from Alex here. Go Tigers. That's right. Send them all. Either team. They love to see it. You know, the kids watch these broadcasts or live streams back. So it's important that you go ahead and show your support, and we'll get it out there for them. All right, the swimmers are getting in the water here. Once again, this is the junior varsity 200-yard medley relay. They're working on a couple of technical difficulties, but we'll get going very shortly. We should have swimmers in lanes 1 through 5 for this event. The Rosemount Irish should be in the odd lanes, and the Tigers will be in the even lanes. Well, they're having a few difficulties here with the starting buzzer, but They'll get that worked out. While we're waiting, we have another shout out here. Swim hard, Ella. Love from Pops and Nana G in Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Keep them coming. Love to see them. This will be our primary view for the evening of the pool. This is the best view that we can get, so hopefully you can see your favorite swimmer there. Here they go. And the swimmers are away. In lane number 1 for Rosemount, Piper Burrell, Katie Hokinson, Danielle Bester, and Nora Danielson. In lane number 2 for the Tigers, Sasha Folland, Izzy Auwarder, Parker Samuel, and River Koski. In lane number 3 for Rosemount, Amelia Simpson, Abby Hartwig, Mary Garski, and Ella Armbrust. In lane number 4 for the Tigers, Aubrey Sontag, Claire Duhlman, Bella Smaby, and Bryn Asleson. In lane number 5 for Rosemount, Kayla Case, Kaylin Worth, Alyssa Long, and Ariana Raymond. Remember, folks, to keep those shout-outs coming and hit that like button. We've got 25 concurrent viewers right now, and we've only got 2 likes. So do everybody a favor and hit that like button. Let's watch here as they make the interchanges. There we go. A few swimmers in the water. Touching first in lane number 4 was the Lady Tigers, and that's the team of Aubrey Sontag, Claire Duhlman, Bella Smaby, and Bryn Asleson. Coming in second was lane number 5, that's Rosemount. That's Kayla Case, Caitlin Worth, Alyssa Long, and Ariana Raymond. Coming in third in lane number 3 was Rosemount's team of Amelia Simpson, Abby Hartwig, Mary Garski, and Ella Armbrust. Next up is the 200-yard medley relay for the varsity. Swimmers are getting set in the water. There they go. In lane number 1 for Rosemount, Jenna O'Keefe, Lauren Vaness, Petra Belize, Valerie Ralston. In lane number 2 for the Tigers, Abby Olson, Caitlin Lynch, Caitlin Radke, and Neela Bruja. Lane number 3 for Rosemount, Ann Lee, Clara Rumrum, Addison Pavick, and Callan Hoffman. Lane number 4 for the Tigers, Summer Kraus, Taylor Gergen, Maddie Cardoza, and Michaela Gabrielson. Lane number 5 for Rosemount, Ellie Fransek, Katie Rucci, Gretchen Tyler, and Olivia Olinger. Lane number 6 for the Tigers, Hannah Fernandez, Parker Risch, Josie Riblin, and Stacy Grinyadev. Another shout out here for the Tigers. Tigers. Let's go, Tigers. Let's get some shout outs for both teams. Again, you are watching the 200-yard medley relay, and this is the varsity team. This will be a single heat event. And remember that Rosemount will be in the odd lanes. That's 1, 3, and 5. And the Tigers from Farmington will be in the even lanes, 2, 4, and 6. All right. Touching first, lane number 4. That is the Tigers. That's Team Summer Kraus, Taylor Durgan, Maddie Cardoza, and Michaela Gabrielson. Coming in second was lane number 3. Lane number 3 was Rosemount, Ann Lee, Claire Romram, Addison Pavick, and Callan Hoffman. Coming in third was lane number 2. That was the Tigers with Abby Olson. Kate Lench, Caitlin Radke, and Neela Bruja. All right, folks. Up next is our second event. This will be the 200-yard freestyle. This will be our junior varsity. This will be a single heat event as well. In lane number 1 for Rosemount, Mackenzie Mahalik. Lane number 2, Alyssa DeWild for the Tigers. Lane number 3, Riley Fox, Rosemount. Lane number 4, Michaela Cardoza for the Tigers. Lane number 5, Abby Ganon, Rosemount. Lane number 6, Leah Warmka for the Tigers. There we go. There's some more shout-outs. This one's from Pete Dolan. Go Irish. IRISH. Go Irish. All right, here they come. All right, finishing first, lane number 4. Lane number 4 was Michaela Cardoza with the Tigers. Coming in second was lane number 2. That was Aaliyah DeWild for the Tigers. Coming in third was lane number 3. That was Riley Fox with Rosemount. Next up is our varsity 200-yard freestyle. Into the water they go. In lane number 1, Maddie Jenin with Rosemount. Maddie Cardozo with the Tigers. Lane number 3 is Julia Pearson, Rosemount. Lane number 4, Michaela Udell with the Tigers. Lane number 5, Isla George with Rosemount. And lane number 6, Kate Lynch with the Tigers. Again, this is the 200-yard freestyle varsity. This will be a one-heat event as well. We will have some multi-heat events coming up. Looks like currently leading is lane number 5. Lane 5 is Isla George. Isla George still has a pretty commanding lead. Pretty close between lanes 3 and 6 for second place. We'll have to watch that. And Isla George will easily touch first on this one. He will touch with a 2:01.31. Coming in second, lane number 1. Lane number 1 was Maddie Jenin with a time of 2:03.53. Coming in third was lane number 6. That's Kate Lynch with the Tigers with a time of 2:08.01. All right, our next event is our 200-yard IM. And this will be our junior varsity first. We should have swimmers in lanes 2 through 6. 3 Tiger swimmers and 2 Rosemount swimmers. They're on the blocks. And there they go into the water. Lane number 2 is Izzy Warder for the Tigers. Lane number 3, Ellie Fransek, Rosemount. Lane number 4, Josie Ribbelin with the Tigers. Lane number 5, Madison Kessler with Rosemount. And in lane 6, Bella Smaby with the Tigers. Josie Ribbelin for the Tigers is currently leading everyone down here in lane number 5. Pretty closely followed, though, by... let's see who that is. That's Ellie Fransek in lane number 3 next to Josie. Ellie's making up a little bit of time here. She's starting to close in. Third place is lane number 5 right now, and that's Madison Kessler. Let's watch when they make the turns. All right, there it is. Rosemount has just taken over the lead in lane number 4. So the lead is lane number 3, followed by a close competition between lanes 4 and 5. Once again, lane number 3 is Ellie Fransek. Lane 4 is Josie Ribbelin with the Tigers. And lane 5 is Madison Kessler with Rosemount. Rosemount has now taken over both first and second position. There we go. As Ellie made her turn, she lengthened her lead. This should be an easy 1-2 for Rosemount. And at this pace, the third position should go to the Tigers. Here they come back for the finish. Finishing first in lane number 3 with a time of 2:36.53 is Ellie Francic with Rosemount. Coming in second in lane 5 with a time of 2:38.46 is Madeline Kessler with Rosemount. Coming in third as predicted in lane number 4 with a time of 2:43.11 was Josie Riblin with the Tigers.
And number 6, girls 200.
Next up is the varsity's 200-yard IM. Swimmers are on the block. We have swimmers in all lanes. Into the water they go. In lane number 1, Gretchen Tyler for Rosemount. Lane number 2, Neela Bruja with the Tigers. Lane number 3, Olivia Dolan with Rosemount. Lane number 4, Parker Risch with the Tigers. Lane number 5, Annika Arlenson with Rosemount. And in lane number 6, Stacy Grinyayev with the Tigers. Turning first was lane number 3. That's Olivia Dolan. Followed by lane number 5, I believe it was. That's Parker Risch. I'm sorry, was it lane 5 or was it lane 4, I believe it was. All right, let's keep watching. So Rosemount is dominating this race in lanes 3 and 5. That's Olivia Dolan in 3. And in 5, it's Annika Arlenson. And there they are making their turn, as you just saw. Third place is lane number 4, rather. That's Parker Risch with the Tigers. Olivia Dolan is hanging on to her lead here with her breaststroke down and back. Monica Arlenson, lane number 5, rather, has got a very nice lead as well. If they can keep this up, once again, we'll take positions 1 and 2 for Rosemount. Olivia Dolan is pulled way ahead now in her final down and back, followed by teammate Annika Arlenson in lane number 5. Here comes Olivia Dolan right now, lane number 3. She will finish first with a time of 2:14.54. Her teammate in lane number 5 will finish with a 2:18.72. That's Annika Arlenson. Coming in third will be lane number 4. That's Parker Risch with the Lady Tigers. And she will touch with a time of 2:31.39. Great swimming. All right, up next is going to be a quick one. Next up is going to be the 50-yard freestyle. This will be the junior varsity. This will be a 3-heat event. This will be heat number 1 of 3. And we will have 3 swimmers in the water, and all 3 will be Rosemount. So this is an all Rosemount heat. Right, so trying to get things set. Here we go. Once again, this is our junior varsity. And this is the 50-yard freestyle. This one will go fast. In lane number 3 for Rosemount. Again, it's an all Rosemount heat. Piper Burrell. Lane number 4, Katie Hokinson. Lane number 5, Danielle Bester. Here they come. Touching in first place will be lane number 4. And that's Katie Hokinson. Coming in second, lane number 5, Danielle Bester with a time of 35:03. And touching third place will be Piper Burrell in lane number 3. Great job. All right, up next is going to be heat number 2 of our 50-yard freestyle junior varsity. Once again, folks, this is Tom Rucci. I'm your live stream host. I'll be with you for the entire evening. During our diving section, we will have Kate Olinger will be doing the diving announcing, and our in-pool announcer, in case you can hear him, is Michael O'Keefe. All right, getting swimmers set here for the heat number 2. Once again, heat number 2, girls 50-yard freestyle junior varsity. Again, this is an all Rosemount heat. In lane number 1, Gwen Hahn. Lane number 2, Amelia Simpson. Lane 3, Alyssa Long. Lane 4, Ariana Raymond. Lane 5, Kayla Case. Lane 6, Nora Danielson. Coming in first will be lane number 4 with a 29.82. That's Ariana Raymond. Coming in second was lane number 3 with a 30.57. And that was Alyssa Long. Coming in third was lane number 2 with a 30.80. Lane 2 was Amelia Simpson. Next up is our final heat in this event. This is heat number 3 of the 50-yard freestyle junior varsity. Now, we will see swimmers from both teams here. In lane number 1, Ella Armbrust, Rosemount. Lane number 2, Harper Huppy with the Tigers. Lane 3, Olivia Olinger with Rosemount. Lane 4, Olivia Missy with the Tigers. Lane number 5, Valerie Ralston, Rosemount. Lane 6, Abby Olson with the Tigers. This is a tight race. Let's watch as they come back to the finish. Here it is. Coming in first was lane number 6. That's Abby Olson with the Tigers. Coming in second was lane number 3. That's Olivia Olinger. Coming in third was lane number 5. Lane number 5 was Valerie with Rosemount. Valerie Ralston. Next up is our varsity 50-yard freestyle. This will be a single heat event. And lane number 1 for Rosemount, Ashley Swenson. Lane 2, Michaela Gabrielson with the Tigers. Lane 3, Amelia Labno, Rosemount. Lane 4, Summer Kraus with the Tigers. Lane 5, Callan Hoffman, Rosemount. Lane number 6, Caitlin Radke with the Tigers. Looks like lane number 3 may take this. Let's watch here as they come back. Lane number 3 with a time of 25:78 is Amelia Labno. Coming in second, lane number 1, that's Ashley Swenson with the Rosemount with a time of 26:43. Coming in third was lane number 4 with a time of 26:89, and that was Summer Kraus with the Tigers. All right, next up is our diving event, and it will start with the junior varsity, and we will have a few minutes here to get things ready, and we will have our announcer change. We'll have Kate Olinger come in. While we're waiting, I'm going to give you a quick view here of some of our seniors, and then we'll pick that up when we come back from that. So the first swimmer up here, Elena Savian. Her postgraduate plans are to attend a four-year university and major in nursing. She's been on the swim and dive team for 4 years. Her favorite dive is the twister. Her favorite memory from the swim team is dare night. Her hobbies include taking walks and hanging out with friends. Her greatest accomplishment is passing honors geometry in her sophomore year. Up next is Kayla Case. Kayla Case is studying ecology and sustainability. That should be an interesting postgraduate plan. She's a 4-year RHS swim team member. Her favorite race is the 100-yard freestyle. Her favorite memory is Dare Night 2022. I think we can all remember that one. Her hobbies and activities include art, biking, and Nordic cross-country skiing. Her greatest accomplishment is peaking a mountaintop. Good for her. All right, up next is Olivia Dolan. Olivia's postgraduate plans include pursuing a degree in psychology and swimming for a D1 college. Good luck. We wish you the best with that. She's been a 4-year swim and dive team member. Her favorite race is the 100-yard breaststroke and 200-yard IM. Her favorite memory from the swim and dive team is freshman year dare night and junior year state tournament. Her hobbies include napping and going to the gym. You gotta love that, guys. Olivia's greatest accomplishment is dropping 5 seconds in her 100 breast in 3 months. We wish you all the best, Olivia. We know you're going to make us proud. Next is our senior, Sophia Savian. And her postgraduate plans are going to college to major in something in the healthcare field. Good luck with that. She's been on the team for 4 years. Her favorite race or dive is the back twist or back 1.5. Favorite memory from the RHS girls swim and dive team is dare night. Her hobbies include dough gymnastics for the high school, likes to spend time with friends and travel. Her greatest accomplishment is getting through all the 4 diving seasons. Best of luck to you, Sophia, and all of our seniors. Next up will be our diving, and Kate Olinger will be here to join us in just a minute. Let me clear up a couple things on the screen. And we'll be back after the diving with lots of swimming, so don't go anywhere.
Oh. Well, we're about to get started with our diving for this evening. The orders of the divers will be Alyssa Phillips, Brinley Vilhauer, Sydney Sellen, Diana Reyes, Quinn Thomas, Kelly Estebeau, Alana Savian, Sophia Savian, Finn Samuel, Allison Baki, Bert Kuntz. Diving first tonight is Alyssa from Rosemount, 102C, forward, 2 summer 2.1 somersault, 1.4. Three, 1.5. Next up is Brinley from Rosemount. 103C, forward 1.5 somersault, tuck 1.6. Four and a half, 4. Next, we have from Rosemount, Sydney, 103B, forward 1.5 somersault, pike position 1.7. Five, 5.5, 5. Next, we have Diana Reyes. 103B, forward 1.5 somersault, pike position 1.7. Five and a half, 5, 6. Number 5 is Quinn from Rosemount, 103C, front 1.5 somersault, tuck position 1.6. Five, 5, 4. Diving 6th is Kelly, 103B, front 1.5 somersault, pike 1.7. Seven, 6, 6. Number 7 is Alana from Rosemount, 103B, front 1.5 somersault, pike position 1.7. Five and a half, 6.5, 6.5. Number 8, Sophia Savion. 103B, front 1.5 somersault, pike 1.7. Six, 6.5. Next, from Finn from Farmington, 101B, forward dive, pike 1.3. Six, 5.5. Diving 10th from Rosemount, Allison Baki. 103 feet. 103C. Front 1.5 somersault. Tuck 1.6. Five and a half. 6. No, run from Farmington, Brooke. 101C. Forward. Dive tuck 1.2. Four and a half, 5. Alyssa from Rosemount. 201A. Back dive, straight 1.7. 4, 4, 4. Next, we have Brindley from Rosemount. 401C, inward dive, tuck 1.4. Three, 2.5. Next from Rosemount, we have Sydney, 104C, forward, 2 somersault, tuck 2.2. Four and a half, 4, 3. Diving fourth, we have Diana from Rosemount. 104C, forward, 2 somersaults, tuck 2.2. Three and a half, 4.5, 3. Diving fifth from Rosemount is Quinn. 104C, front double somersault, tuck 2.2. Three, 2, 3. Next up from Rosemount is Kelly. 105C, front 2.5 somersault, tuck 2.2. Five and a half, 5, 4. Next from Rosemount, we have Alana. 104C, front 2 somersault, tuck 2.2. Four and a half, 5, 4. Next up for Rosemount, we have Sophia. 104C, front 2 somersault, tuck 2.2. Five, 4. 5, 5, 4.5. Next from Farmington, we have Finn. 102B, forward, 1 somersault, pike, 1.5. Five, 4.5, 5. Next up from Rosemount, we have Allison. 104C, front, 2 somersaults, tuck, 2.2. Three and a half, 3, 2. Wrapping up round 2 is Brooke from Farmington, 103B, forward, 1.5 somersault, pike, 1.7. Three, 4, 4. Round 3. Down from Rosemount is Alyssa. 401C, inward dive, tuck, 1.4. Three and a half, 4.5, 5. Next up from Rosemount is Brinley, 201A, back dive, straight, 1.7. Three, 2.5, 2.5. Next up from Rosemount is Sydney, 302A, 302C, reverse, 1 somersault, tuck, 1.6. Five, 4.5. Next up from Rosemount, Diana, the 302C, reverse, 1 somersault, tuck, 1.6. Seven, 5.5, 5. Next up from Rosemount is Quinn with a 5121D, front, 1 somersault, half twist, front, free, 1.7. Three and a half, 4, 3. Excuse me, the last one was 3.5. Next up for Rosemount is Kelly, 203C, back, 1.5 somersault, tuck, 2.0. Four and a half, 6, 6. Next from Rosemount is Alana with a 403C inward, 1.5 somersault, tuck, 2.2. Three, 4, 4. Next up for Rosemount, Sophia, 203C, back, 1.5 somersault, tuck, 2.0. Five and a half, 6, 6.5. Next up for Farmington is Finn, 201A, back dive, straight, 1.7. Five, 4, 4. Next up for Rosemount is Allison, 301B, reverse dive, pike, 1.7. Five and a half, 5. Finishing up round 3 is Brooke for Farmington, 301A, reverse dive, straight, 1.8. 3.5, 3, 4. Round 4, Sydney. 401B, inward dive, pike, 1.5. Six, 5.5, 5.5. Next up for Rosemount is Diana with a 5122D forward, 1 somersault, 1 twist, free, 1.9. Four. Next up for Rosemount is Quinn, 401C, inward dive, tuck, 1.4. Four, 4.5, 5. Next up for Rosemount is Kelly, 303C, reverse 1.5 somersaults, tuck, 2.1. Five and a half, 6.5, 7.5. Next up for Rosemount is Alana. 201A back dive straight 1.7. And a half, 7.5, 7.5. Next up is Sophia from Rosemount, 401B, inward dive, pike 1.5. Five and a half, 5. Next up from Farmington is Finn, 202A, back, 1 somersault, straight 1.7. Six, 5. Next up for Rosemount, Allison, 202B, back dive, pike 1.6. Five. Next up, 4 is Brooke from Farmington, 5211A, back dive, half twist, straight 1.8. So end round 4. 4, 4, 4, 3.5. Starting round 5 is Sydney from Rosemount. 4-2C, inward, 1 somersault, tuck, 1.6. 5.5, 5. Next up for Rosemount is Diana, 4001B, inward dive, pike, 1.5. 5, 5, 5. Next up from Rosemount is Quinn, 402C, inward, 1 somersault, tuck, 1.6. 5, 4, 3. Next up for Rosemount is Kelly, 403C, inward, 1.5 somersault, tuck, 2.2. 7.5, 8, 7.5. Next from Rosemount is Alana, 203C, back, 1.5 somersault, tuck, 2.0. 4.5, 5.5, 5.5. Next is Sophia from Rosemount. 403C, inward, 1.5 somersault, tuck, 2.2. 5.5, 6, 5.5. Next up is Finn from Farmington, performing a 5211A back dive, half twist, straight, 1.8. 3, 4, 4. Next, we have Allison from Rosemount, 401B, inward dive, pike, 1.5. 5.5, 5, 5. Finishing up round 5 from Farmington is Brooke, 202C, back, 1 somersault, tuck, 1.5. 3, 3, 2.5. Starting our last round of diving is Sydney from Rosemount, 5223D, back somersault, 1.5 twist, free, 2.3. Four, four, four. Next up from Rosemount is Diana, 403C, inward, 1.5 somersault, tuck, 2.2. Five and a half, 5, 4.5. Next up from Rosemount is Quinn, 201A, back dive, straight, 1.7. Four and a half, 5, 4.5. Next up from Rosemount is Kelly, 5231D, back, 1.5 somersault, half twist, free, 2.1. Five, 6, 6. From Rosemount is Alana, 5223D, back, 1 somersault, 1.5 twist, free, 2.3. Five, 4.5. Next, we have Sophia from Rosemount, 5223D, back, 1 somersault, 1.5 twist, free, 2.3. Five and a half, 6. 5.5, 6, 6.5. Now we have Finn from Farmington with a 401B, inward dive, pike, 1.5. Five, 4.5, 4.5. We have Allison, 4002C, inward, 1 somersault tuck, 1.6. Seven, 6.5, 6. We'll wrap it up for our last dive of the evening is Brooke from Farmington, 401B, inward dive, pike, 1.5. 4.5. 4. 4. Thank you to all our divers. We'll be back with the scores in just a bit. There will be a short break to put the pool back together and a short warm-up for the swimmers. This one? We'll be doing a few senior spotlights as well. First, we have Alana Savian. Her post-graduation plans include attending a four-year university and majoring in nursing. She's been on the Rosemount girls swim and dive team for 4 years. Her favorite dive is Twister. One of her favorite memories from the swim and dive team is dare night. Her hobbies and activities include taking walks and hanging out with friends. Her greatest accomplishment is passing honors geometry in her sophomore year. The next senior spotlight for tonight is Kayla Case. Her post-graduation plans include studying ecology and sustainability. She has been on the Rosemount swim and dive team for 4 years. Her favorite race is the 100 freestyle. Her favorite memory from the swim and dive team is Dare Night 2022. Her hobbies and activities include art, biking, and Nordic cross-country skiing. Her greatest accomplishment is peaking a mountaintop. Our next senior spotlight for tonight is Olivia Dolan. Her post-graduation plans include pursuing a degree in psychology and swimming for a D1 college. She has spent 4 years on the Rosemount High School swim and dive team. Her favorite race is the 100-yard breaststroke and the 200-yard IM. Her favorite memory from swimming and diving is freshman year dare night and junior year senior tournament. Her hobbies include napping and going to the gym. Her greatest accomplishment is dropping 5 seconds on my 100 breast in 3 months. And our final senior spotlight for tonight is Sophia Savian. Post-graduation plans include going to college to major in, well, something in the healthcare field. She has spent 4 years on the Rosemount High School swim and dive team. Her favorite dive is the back twister or back 1.5. Her favorite memory from the swim and dive team is dare night. Her hobbies and activities include doing gymnastics for high school and likes to spend time with friends and travel. Her greatest accomplishment is getting through all 4 years of diving.
All right, folks, this is Tom Rucci. I am back here. We'll begin where we left off in just a little bit here. We'll begin with the 100 butterfly. But during the warm-ups here, we'll let you have the sights and sounds of the pool. Once again, go ahead and hit that like button if you like the broadcast. And hey, we haven't had any shout-outs in a while. Go ahead and leave some comments. Leave some shout-outs for your favorite team, your favorite swimmer, hey, your favorite live stream host, your favorite parent. Tell us where you're watching from. Any of that stuff, we'd love to hear from you. But go ahead and do that. And we just picked up 2 more live streamers. Also, click the like button, please. A little bit of a score update for you here. Right now, Meet Mobile is showing that for the junior varsity, Farmington has a score of 33 and Rosemount 29. For the varsity, Rosemount is showing 39.5 to Farmington's 22.5. Now, that was the score that's been posted out here for a while before the diving competition as well, just so you know. We'll keep you abreast of that score as it changes. And we'll give you a final score at the end of the night before we sign off. There we go. Let's try that. We're not sure exactly how long warm-ups and everything will go before we get swimming again, but it'll be somewhere between, 5 and 10 minutes. All right, let's take a look around the spectator deck while we're waiting for things to get started. Lots of great looking people here. Pretty full tonight.
Results of girls diving. From Rosemount, 45.5 points in a round of applause. From Rosemount, 49.1 points. From Rosemount, 6 points. Rosemount score 152.95 points. Rosemount Diana score 158.95 points. Rosemount 186.25 points. Rosemount 201 points. So for horses, Farmington broke the horse. First things are varsity.
All right, so we have some results from the diving. With 45.5 points is Brinley from Rosemount. Next is Alyssa Phillips from Rosemount with a score of 49.1. Next is Quinn Thomas from Rosemount with a score of 120.6. Next we have Allison Bakke from Rosemount with a score of 151.5. Next from Rosemount is Sydney with a score of 152.95.
Next up is event 11. This is the 100-yard butterfly junior varsity.
Next up from Rosemount, we'll continue with the diving scores, is Diana with a 158.55. Next is Alana with a score of 186.25. Next is Savion with a score of 201.4. And our final exhibition diver is Kelly Estebo with a score of 223.35. Now for the varsity scores. In second place for Farmington, we have Brooke Kuntz with a score of 106.6. And in first place for varsity from Farmington is Finn Samwell with a score of 133.3. Congratulations to our winners.
All right, folks, you're watching the 100-yard butterfly junior varsity. In lane number 1 for Rosemount, Mackenzie Mahalik. Lane number 2 for Lady Tigers is Aaliyah DeWild. Petra Valise is in lane 3 for Rosemount. Lane 4, Hannah Fernandez for the Tigers. Lane 5, Madison Kessler, Rosemount. And in lane 6, Stacy Grinyayev for the Tigers. Coming in first was lane number 2, That was Aaliyah DeWild for the Tigers. Coming in second was lane number 4. That's Hannah Fernandez for the Tigers. Coming in third was lane number 6, and that was Stacy with the Tigers. Up next is the 100-yard butterfly varsity. All right, folks, swimmers are going to get set here on their marks. Again, Rosemount is in the odd lanes, and the Tigers will be in the even lanes. Into the water they go. And lane number 1, Katie Rucci with Rosemount. Lane number 2, Summer Kraus, the Tigers. Lane number 3, Addison Pavick for Rosemount. Lane number 4, Taylor Gergen for the Tigers. In lane 5, Maddie Jenin, Rosemount. Lane 6, Josie Riblin with the Tigers. It is a dead heat, neck and neck, between lanes 4 and 5. Lane 4 is Taylor Gergen with the Tigers. Lane 5 is Maddie Jenin with Rosemount. Make that lane 3, rather. Sorry, lane 3. Addison Pavick with Rosemount. Lane 4 will come in first with a time of 1:03.16. And that was Taylor Gergen with the Tigers. Coming in second was lane number 3 with a time of 1:03.23. And that was Addison Pavick. Coming in third was lane number 2. And that was Summer Kraus. All right, up next is the 100-yard freestyle junior varsity. Couple more shout-outs here. Hold the lead, varsity. Let's go, JV, with a big second half. Thanks again for that one. A shout-out to Katie. All right, folks, this is the 100-yard freestyle junior varsity. This is an all-Rosemount heat. In lane number 3, Natalie Olson. Lane number 4, Gwen Hahn. And in lane number 5, Nora Danielson. We'll put that last shout out back up here on the screen from Romar Angeton. The Go Katie. Hey, welcome back. We saw you last week. We're so happy you could join us again here to watch again. By the way, folks, this is a 3-heat event for the junior varsity. This is heat number 1. I want to send out a reminder to folks that this is our last meet on this day. We move to Tuesdays starting next week. So for those of you that have been used to watching us on Thursdays, we will move to Tuesdays starting next week. Coming in first in that one, hard to tell there with the soft touch, but was lane number 4. And that was Gwen Hahn. Coming in second with lane number 5. That was Nora Danielson. Coming in third was Natalie Olson. Next up is heat number 2 of 3. Again, this is the 100-yard freestyle junior varsity. This is also a full boat of swimmers here, and it's all Rosemount. Splash! Into the water they go. In lane number 1, Danielle Bester. Lane 2, Mary Garski. Lane 3, Abby Hartwig. Lane 4, Ariana Raymond. Lane 5, Aura Doisterman. And in lane number 6, Kaylin Worth. Right now in the lead, lanes 3 and 5. Lane 3 is Abby Hartwick. Lane 5 is Aura Doisterman. Let's watch as they come back here to the finish. Finishing first was lane number 3 with a time of 1:08.64. That was Abby Hartwig. Coming in second was lane number 5. That was Aura Doisterman with a time of 1:08.78. Coming in third was lane number 6 with a time of 1:10.14. And that was Kaylin Worth. Up next will be heat number 3. This will be our final heat of the 100-yard freestyle. There's a little discussion going on down here amongst coaches. And then we'll get swimmers set and going. So once again, just to remind you, next week we will be here on Tuesday, and I believe it's the 10th. So let's take a quick look here at that. If I can find it. Let's go back to the main page. There it is. So next week, Rosemount will host Bloomington at Rosemount Middle School at 6 p.m. on October 10th. So we'll have the Bloomington Blaze against the Irish from Rosemount. The Farmington team will be moving on to compete against Egan at Dakota Hills Middle School at 6 p.m. on the 10th. So that will be Farmington versus the Egan Wildcats. Don't miss it, folks. We'll be here with you next Tuesday, October 10th at 6 p.m. to live stream the Irish taking on the Blaze. All right, this is heat number 3, the final heat of the 100-yard freestyle junior varsity. There they go. In lane number 1 for Rosemount, Ella Armbrust. Lane number 2, Parker Samuel with the Tigers. Lane number 3, Olivia Olinger for Rosemount. Lane number 4, Aubrey Sontag for the Tigers. Lane number 5, Riley Fox with Rosemount. And in lane number 6, Bella Smaby with the Lady Tigers. Once again, leading this one is lanes 3 and 5, both Rosemount lanes. Lane 3 is Olivia Olinger, lane 5, Riley Fox. Let's watch as they come back to the finish here. Lane number 3 will touch first with a time of 1:00.29. And that's Olivia Olinger. Coming in second was lane number 5 with a time of 1:01.61. And that is Riley Fox. Coming in third was lane number 1. That's Ella Armbrust from Rosemount with a time of 1:07.02. Rosemount will take the top 3 slots in the final heat. Up next is the varsity 100-yard freestyle. This is a one-heat event. Lane number 1 for Rosemount, Clara Ramram. Lane 2 for the Tigers, Olivia. Lane number 3 for Rosemount, Ashley Swenson. Lane number 4, Michaela Gabrielson for the Tigers. Lane 5, Callan Hoffman with Rosemount. And in lane number 6, Bryn Aslison for the Tigers. Coming in first was lane number 3. That was Ashley Swinson with Rosemount. Coming in second with lane number 5. That was Callan Hoffman with Rosemount. Coming in third was lane number 4. And that was Michaela Gabrielson with the Tigers. All right, that'll do it for that one. Up next is the girls' 500-yard freestyle junior varsity. Once again, this is the 500-yard freestyle junior varsity competition. In lane number 2 is Leah Warmka with the Lady Tigers. Lane number 3 is Abby Ganon with Rosemount. Lane number 4, Harper Hoppy with the Lady Tigers. Lane number 5, Jenna O'Keefe with Rosemount. And in lane number 6, River Koski with the Lady Tigers. In the lead currently, lane number 3 is Abby Ganon with Rosemount. Well, that's a close one between lanes 4 and 5, isn't it? Again, lane number 4 is Harper Hoppy. That's a fun one to say. In lane number 5 is Jenna O'Keefe. Well, there you go. Jenna O'Keefe in lane number 5 has just taken over second place. A lot of racing left to go, though. Abby Ganon continues to lead the pack here in lane number 3 for Rosemount, followed by teammate Jenna O'Keefe in lane number 5. Of course, after this event, we'll have the varsity 500-yard freestyle. Again, folks, we're so glad you could join us tonight. Don't forget, next Tuesday night at 6 p.m., we'll be right back here, same time, same channel. And that is when the Rosemount Irish will host the Burnsville Blaze and what's bound to be a very exciting night of swimming and diving. Make sure you set your calendars for that. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You can hit the notification buttons when we post them to let you know of upcoming events. And as I've said before, I'm requesting if you like what you're seeing, not only tell friends and family, but go ahead and hit the like button. We're very, very close to getting another camera, so hopefully that would improve our view. So don't be afraid to send some shout-outs to your favorite swimmer. We still love to hear where you're watching from, and we love to see the repeat people watching. All right, we're gaining on it here. There they are. She will take the bell for the final lap. That's Abby in lane number 3. I'll tell you what, that's so exciting for the swimmers when they reach that point where they get to take the bell the first time. All right, here comes Abby Gannon back to finish her 500-yard freestyle in lane number 3 for Rosemount. And she will finish with a 6:03.91. Right across from her is teammate Jenna O'Keefe in lane number 5. She'll finish second with a time of 6:10.71. Coming in third in lane number 4 is Harper Hoppy with the Lady Tigers, and she will touch with a 6:24.97. Great swimming. You gotta love the swimmers. They're all cheering on lane number 6 for the Lady Tigers, and that's River Koski. All right, this will be her final down and back to complete her 500-yard freestyle junior varsity event. I don't know about you guys, but I'd be dead after about three laps, maybe. Here she comes. The crowd is excited, cheering her in as she comes to finish here. That's River with the Lady Tigers. And she had a soft touch. All right, folks. Up next, the varsity 500-yard freestyle. This is also a single event and single heat. Swimmers are getting set on their blocks. All right, into the water they go. For Rosemount in lane number 1, Julia Pearson. For the Lady Tigers in lane number 2, Abby Olson. In lane 3, Annika Arlinson for Rosemount. Lane number 4, Michaela Udell with the Tigers. Lane number 5, Isla George with Rosemount. And in lane number 6, Claire Duhlman with the Lady Tigers. Isla George is currently starting to pull away from the pack a little bit. She's about a body length ahead of her teammate. Isla's in lane number 5. Isla's a 10th grader at Rosemount High School. Her teammate in lane number 3, Annika Arlinson, is also a 10th grader. Interesting fact here, in lane number 4, Michaela Udell with the Lady Tigers is an 8th grader. And in lane number 6, Claire Duhlman with the Tigers is a 7th grader. So good luck to all of them. A lot of swimming left in this one, folks. Anything can happen. Here comes Isla George back to make a turn. She is clearly leading the pack here. There they are. Isla George just made her turn. In lane number 5, Annika Arlinson in lane number 3 just made her turn. Lane number 4, that's Michaela Udell with the Tigers, just made her turn. Isla George is just running away with it here in lane number 5. Here we go. The official is getting ready with the bell for Isla George in lane number 5. And there it is. Isla will take the bell for her final lap down and back. Isla's split was a 33-37, as you see on the screen there. Her teammate In lane number 3, Annika Arlenson had a 32.95, a little bit faster split. And here she comes home for the finish. Finishing first in lane number 5 will be Isla George for Rosemount. And she touches with a time of 5:25.63. Coming in second, lane number 3, that's Annika Arlenson for Rosemount, with a time of 5:30.90. Coming in third was lane number 1, with a time of 5:40.59. And that is Julia Pearson with Rosemount. And coming in fourth for the Tigers is lane number 4. That's Michaela Udell with a time of 5:45.54. Great job, girls. Our final swimmers coming in here in lane number 6. That's Claire Duelman with the Tigers. She's our 7th grader. She finished 6th with a time of 6:16.88. Great job. All right, up next is the 200-yard freestyle relay, and this will be the junior varsity.
Next, girls 200 freestyle relay, junior varsity.
The teams are getting set here. Once again, this is the 200-yard freestyle relay for the junior varsity. In lane number 1 for Rosemount, Natalie Olson, Gwen Hahn, Nora Danielson, and Danielle Bester. In lane number 3 for Rosemount, Lauren Vaness, Valerie Ralston, Ella Ambrust, Mackenzie Mahalik. In lane number 4 for the Tigers, Parker Samuel, Sasha Folland, River Koski, and Izzy Orwarter. In lane number 5 for Rosemount, Abby Hartwig, Kaylin Worth, Laura Doisterman, and Ariana Raymond. All right, coming back to the starting blocks here. Let's see who touches. It will be lane number 3 for Rosemount with a time of 2:00.95. That was Team Lauren Vaness, Valerie Ralston, Ella Armbrust, and Mackenzie Mahalik. Coming in second was lane number 5, and that was barely different with a time of 2:01.16. That's Abby Hartwig, Kaylin Worth, Laura Doisterman, and Ariana Raymond. Coming in third was lane number 4 with a time of 15:51 rather. And that was for the Tigers. All right, up next, it's our varsity 200-yard freestyle relay. All right, swimmers are in the water in lane number 1 for Rosemount. Olivia Dolan, Ashley Swenson, Olivia Olinger, and Julia Pearson. Lane number 2 for the Lady Tigers, Aaliyah DeWild, Neela Bruja, Stacy Grinyayev, and Olivia Marcia. On lane number 3 for Rosemount, Amelia Labno, Maddie Jenin, Helen Hoffman, and Gretchen Tyler. Lane 4 for the Tigers, Kate Lynch, Taylor Gergen, Michaela Cardoza, and Michaela Udell. Lane number 5 for Rosemount, Claire Romram, Madison Kessler, Isla George, and Annika Arlenson. And in lane number 6 for the Lady Tigers, Josie Rebellin, Harper Hoppy, Bella Smaby, and Leah Warmka. Again, this is the 200-yard freestyle relay, and this is the varsity teams. We have 3 more events after this, and then we'll call it a night. So don't go anywhere. A lot of swimming left to do. Let's watch as they come back to the finish line. Lane number 1 will finish first with a time of 1:46.66. That's Rosemount team Olivia Dolan, Ashley Swenson, Olivia Olinger, and Julia Pearson. Coming in second was lane number 3 for Rosemount. And that was Amelia Labno, Maddie Jenin, Helen Hoffman, and Gretchen Tyler. Coming in third was lane number 4. Lane 4 was the Lady Tigers with Kate Lynch, Taylor Gergen, Michaela Cardoza, and Michaela Udell. Next up is the 100-yard backstroke junior varsity competition. This will be a 2-heat event. This will be heat number 1 of 2. This is an all Rosemount heat. So there'll be 2 swimmers from Rosemount in the water in lanes 3 and 4. All right, in lane number 3 is Kayla Case. And lane number 4, right next to her, is Amelia Simpson. Once again, this is heat number 1 of the 100-yard backstroke junior varsity. All right, next up is heat number 2. This is our final heat of the 100-yard backstroke for the junior varsity. Ooh, there was a splash. All right, in lane number 1, Jenna O'Keefe with Rosemount. Lane number 2, Bren Asselson with the Tigers. Lane number 3, Ellie Fransek with Rosemount. Lane number 4 is Hannah Fernandez with the Tigers. Lane number 5, Petra Veliz with Rosemount. And lane number 6, Aubrey Sontag with the Tigers. I've got a score update for you for the junior varsity. According to Meet Mobile, Rosemount is leading 67 to 57 for Rosemount. So the junior varsity score is 67 to 57 Rosemount. On the varsity side, Rosemount is leading. They have a score of 83.5. Farmington's score is 50.5. That's 50.5. That's the varsity score of 83.5 for Rosemount. Farmington 50.5. We'll keep you abreast of those scores as we get them here. Swimmers are headed back here. Lane number 3. That's Sally Francek with Rosemount. The touch with a time of 1:11.40. Finishing in second place was lane number 4. That's Hannah Fernandez with the Tigers with a time of 1:14.66. Followed by lane number 5. That's Petra Belize for Rosemount with a time of 1:15.89. All right, up next is the varsity 100-yard backstroke. Swimmers are in the pool as they get set. There they go. In lane number 1, Ann Lee for Rosemount. Lane number 2, Michaela Cardoza for the Tigers. Lane 3, Amelia Labno for Rosemount. Lane number 4, Maddie Cardoza for the Tigers. Lane number 5, Addison Pavick for Rosemount. And in lane number 6, Caitlin Radke for the Tigers. Got another shout out here. Go Irish from Sergeant Bluff, Iowa. Thanks, Linda. Keep the shout outs coming. We'll get them on the air. There's only 2 events left. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this. We'll have the 100-yard breaststroke, followed by the 400-yard freestyle relay. So those will be up next. Now, finishing first in lane number 3 was Amelia Labno for Rosemount with a time of 1:01.03. Finishing second was lane number 5, and that's Addison Pavick with a time of 1:04.57 for Rosemount. Coming in third was lane number 4 with a time of 1:08.02. That's Maddie Cardoza with the Tigers. All right, folks, here we go. Next up is the 100-yard breaststroke junior varsity. This is a 2-heat event. This will be heat number 1 of 2. This will be an all Rosemount heat. I'm seeing 2 swimmers. There's supposed to be 3. So we have lanes 3 and 4 populated right now. There they go into the water. In lane number 3 is Abby Hartwig, and lane number 4 is Lauren Vaness. Abby and Lauren both are 12th graders. Lauren is out in front of teammates Abby. Let's watch as they make the exchange, or the turn rather. There it is. So she had a split of 41.87, and Abby had a split of 47.10. All right, here they come back to the finish line. We'll get you some times here. Touching first with a time of 1:28.64 was Lauren Vaness. And I'm not sure if this is going to work for a time here when she touches. Let's see. In lane number 3. It says a time of 1:39.65. Great. That's for Abby Hartwig. All right, up next is heat number 2. This is our final heat of the girls' 100-yard breaststroke junior varsity. Now, folks, don't forget, next week, we will be hosting the Bloomington Blaze. Now, wait a minute. This is the Burnsville Blaze. Not sure why that says Bloomington. We'll have to get that fixed. That's the Burnsville Blaze we'll be hosting here next week. We'll get that fixed, however, probably next week. Don't forget, that's on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. So come and see the Burnsville Blaze and the Rosemount Irish compete it out. All right, back to the action. All right, this is heat number 2, and into the water they go. In lane number 1, Alyssa Long for Rosemount. Lane number 2, Claire Duelman for the Tigers. Lane number 3 is Gretchen Tyler for Rosemount. Lane number 4, Neela Bruja with the Tigers. Lane 5, Kaylin Worth, Rosemount. And in lane number 6, Sasha Folland with the Lady Tigers. All right, here they come, finishing first. Looks like it's lane 4 with a time of 1:20.97. And that was Neela Bruja. Coming in second, lane number 2 with a time of 1:22.12. That was Claire Duelman with the Tigers. Coming in third was lane number 3 with a time of 1:23.42. Lane 3 was Gretchen Tyler for Rosemount. All right, next up for the varsity is the 100-yard breaststroke. In the water they go. In lane number 1 for Rosemount, Katie Rucci. In lane number 2, Kate Lynch for the Tigers. In lane number 3 for Rosemount, Olivia Dolan. In lane number 4, Taylor Jurgen with the Tigers. In lane number 5, Clara Ramram with the Rosemount Irish. And in lane number 6, Parker Risch with the Tigers. Another shout out here. Go, Katie, go! Of course, referring to Katie Rucci in lane number 1 for Rosemount. Olivia Dolan in lane number 3 is out ahead, leading the pack. In second place, right next to her in lane number 4, is Taylor Durgan with the Tigers. Let's watch as they come back to the finish here. There it is. Olivia Dolan in lane number 3 will touch with a 109.40. Followed by lane number 4, Taylor Gergen with the Lady Tigers with a 110.68. Wow, is that close? Coming in third in lane number 1 with a 119.18 is Katie Rucci with Rosemount. Great swimming, great comebacks, by the way. Gotta love it. All right, folks. We are getting down there now. Next up is the 400-yard freestyle relay, and this is the junior varsity. This will be our last junior varsity event, and that will be followed by our last varsity event, which is also the 400-yard freestyle relay. So don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss this. There it is. In Into the water they go. Lane number 1 for Rosemount. Aura Doisterman, Natalie Olson, Gwen Hahn, and Katie Hokinson. Lane number 2 for the Lady Tigers, Parker Samuel, Izzy Orwater, River Koski, and Sasha Folland. In lane number 3 for Rosemount, Riley Fox, Mackenzie Mahalik, Abby Ganan, and Ellie Fransek. In lane number 4 for the Lady Tigers, Harper Hoppy, Bryn Aslison, Aubrey Sontag, and Leah Wormka. In lane number 5 for Rosemount, Amelia Simpson, Mary Garski, Petra Valise, and Alyssa Long. Got another shout out here. Woot, woot. Great race, Katie. That, of course, was our last race where Katie Rucci came in 3rd place with a great comeback. Thanks again for those shout outs. Keep them coming, folks. Again, you are watching the 400-yard freestyle relay for the junior varsity. This is our final junior varsity event of the evening. This will be followed by the 400-yard freestyle relay for the varsity, and then we can put this one to bed. It'll be one for the books. I do have a score update for you. For the junior varsity, Rosemount is showing an 84 and Farmington 72. These are team scores. 84 to 72 with Rosemount leading. For the varsity, Rosemount has a score of 93.5 versus the Farmington varsity team at 69.5. So that's 93.5 to 69.5. We got another shout out here for you. Good job, Caitlin from Grandma and Grandpa in Dalton. Awesome. Keep that coming, folks. All right, touching first is going to be... Oh, not touching first. That was an exchange. Wow. I lost track of where I was. I'm not sure what's going on with lane number 4 over there, but lane number 3 is showing coming in first for the time of 4:19.89. That would be Rosemount, but I've seen a swimmer here. I don't know if she had to stop or what happened. Coming in second was lane number 5 with a time of 4:38.98. That was Rosemount as well. Here comes our final swimmers back. All right, there you have it. That will do it for the junior varsity tonight. All right, folks, next up, our final event, our final heat. This will do it for our competition tonight. This is the 400-yard freestyle relay for the varsity. Ooh, lots of good vibes going out there. I can see that flowing from the hands of the other swimmers. Whoosh, and there they go. Lane number 1 for Rosemount, Madison Kessler. Lane 2, Jenna O'Keefe. Lane number 1 for Rosemount, Madison Kessler, Jenna O'Keefe, Ann Lee, and Katie Rucci. In lane number 2 for the Tigers, Michaela Gabrielson, Abby Olson, Aaliyah DeWild, Michaela Cardoza. And in lane number 3 for Rosemount, Julia Pearson, Isla George, Amelia Labno, and Olivia Dolan. Lane number 4 for the Tigers, Summer Kraus, Maddie Cardoza, Caitlin Radke, and Michaela Udell. In lane number 5 for Rosemount, Anna Carlinson, Ashley Swenson, Maddie Jenin, and Addison Pavick. And finally, in lane number 6 for the Tigers, Hannah Fernandez, Claire Duhlman, Olivia, and Parker Reish. All right, lane number 1, you see Jenna O'Keefe has just jumped in the water here and started her lap. Lots of excitement from the swimmers on the deck. Once again, this is our final event and final heat of swimming tonight. This is the 400-yard freestyle relay varsity. Lane number 5 for Rosemount is in the lead with her breaststroke down and back, followed by teammates in lane number 3. So lane number 5 would be Maddie Jenin, and lane number 3 would be Amelia Labno. I believe, I think this is the Labnos and the, yes, I got that mixed up because this is the second to last. This is the butterfly and backstroke, which will then come down and do the exchange for the freestyle for the final lap. A lot of excitement here. The kids are having a ball. That's all that matters. Here they come for the finish. Lane number 3 for Rosemount will finish with a time of 4:23.93. Lane number 5 for Rosemount will finish second with a time of 4:30.81. Lane number 3, by the way, was the team consisting of Julia Pearson, Isla George, Amelia Labno, and Olivia Dolan. Lane number 5, finishing second, was Annika Arlinson, Ashley Swenson, Maddie Jenin, and Addison Pavick for Rosemount. Coming in third, by the way, was lane number 4, and that was the Lady Tigers. Great swimming. I'll tell you what, folks, it's been a pleasure to bring this to you tonight. We're so glad that you could join us, and we sure hope you're going to be here next week. And don't forget, next week we'll be hosting the Burnsville Blaze, not the Bloomington Blaze, the Burnsville Blaze, right here at 6 p.m. at Rosemount Middle School, and of course live on the internet here on our Rosemount Swim and Dive page. So we'll see you all next week. Now let's see if I can get you some scores for the final scores. All right, final scores as I'm seeing it right now is that Rosemount has won the meet. Varsity scores are 93.5 to 81.5. The junior varsity scores are Rosemount 96 and Farmington 74. So Rosemount has won the event tonight. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you here next week. This is Tom Rucci, your